So this is how you empower yourself during your manifestation process. This is how you start to feel good about things. This is how you start to feel fulfilled, is this realization that everything comes from self. There is only self. And when you really put this to the test, you're really going to see your world change. But I'm going to explain a little bit about why it is about self and self-concept, what it actually means, what's going on here. And I'm going to share a voice note from a client of mine as well, who after the one session with me is already getting movement with SP when she thought it was just never going to happen again. And she's also had I guess an epiphany. It's all clicked into place about the importance of this emphasis on self and belief and faith within self as well. And I thought that the way she put it was just nice. I know I basically state the same things, but I thought that getting it from a different viewpoint, someone else's vernacular, might help to resonate with you more as well. And I have asked her permission if I could play those voice notes, and she has graciously granted it to me as well. So thank you, darling, if you are watching this. But first up, I'm Athena Raven. I'm a mental health and manifestation life coach. I'm here to keep you informed, empower you, and inspire you on your manifestation journey, and prove to you this doesn't need to be a tedious, painful process, although it can be for many. And that's why I incorporate the mental health aspect in this as well, to nurture that. And I get so many positive results and feedback with my clients because of that. So honestly, if you are struggling, don't give yourself a hard time about it, because it's very natural to on this journey. It's a psychological shift you're going through, and you're all incredibly brave and powerful to be going through it, and to be wanting this change, and to be wanting to take control of your life, because that's what this is all about. So if you do enjoy the content I'm putting out there, would like to support me in continuing getting the message out there to a wider audience, please do like and subscribe to help boost this algorithm. And I love and appreciate you all for being here. Now, with regards to the self concept, this concept of self, and I've discussed it in a previous video too, but it is either you are the person who has this desire or the person that doesn't. The person who your I amness is that of I am, you know, a mother, or I am an entrepreneur, I am this, I am that. Your current status, your current state of being, your current mindset, your current self-concept is what is reflected constantly on this screen of space. It is your consciousness that has taken on a human life form, and this is its mirror, so that it can see itself, so that it can experience itself, because it's aware, and it's aware of being, and it needs to have an expression of that being. And that's what this is all about. And this is why self-fulfillment, self-empowerment, this is why manifestation is all about these things. But a lot of us are going into it because we're coming at it from such a desperate, heartbroken mindset. For a lot of us, especially those on specific person manifestation, I think that's why I specialize with specific person manifestation, because I've done it so many times myself before, and I've helped many, many clients as well on their journey. Because the psychological impact that it has on us and our mental health, it can be quite detrimental. And we forget it's about self-fulfillment because we're so honed in on someone else to come in and make us feel good, to come in and make us feel loved, make us feel attractive, make us feel wanted and chosen. And of course, you know from watching my content that that's not how it works, because it's always the 3D and everyone in it. Everyone is yourself pushed out. Everything is also yourself pushed out. It's an expression. It's an echo. It's a shadow. For you to hang around waiting for your shadow to conform and give you something, or the echo to give you something, without you giving it to yourself, without you moving a certain way and being a certain way yourself, it's just fruitless. So do you understand how this works? I hope that sort of clarifies. I try to use as many analogies in order to demonstrate and portray how this law works, so you can really take in the mindset. I want to break all this down as simply as possible, because I think the process of manifestation has been made way too complicated. It's actually very, very simple, very simple. But the application of it, in terms of also where we got mental health issues and other things clouding our judgment and getting in the way, That's the bit that a lot of us trip up on. This is why it takes a discipline, and this is why it can take time. And that's why I'm always stating to you guys not to give yourself a hard time about this if it is taking you a while to shift to the state of being. But anyway, my client had left me about 3 voice notes in a row, because I think she was allowing her mind to just wander. And she'd come to the realization of this, and it just made her feel so good. And she put it out there quite eloquently. So I'm going to share with you these voice notes. And also in the beginning, we're talking about WhatsApp statuses. That's because, like I say, SP was just completely quiet. And then after she saw me, I think the very next day, she was there saying, oh my God, he's checking my WhatsApp statuses. He's texting me for the first time in a couple of weeks. Like, she's starting to see so much shifting and changing in the way that he's been. But anyway, I'll play this to you.
Oh, no, I don't want to put the focus on this little thing about the WhatsApp status, because that's not my manifestation. But it's really interesting to actually see that the moment you focus on yourself, the rest will conform. You even texted me today. We haven't heard from each other in like 2 weeks, and he texted me today. So yeah, it's I mean, it's so real. It's amazing to see how everything starts to shift the moment you go to yourself. It's amazing. It's really amazing. Also, something that I wanted to share with you. It's something that I didn't put too much importance on up until now, but I'm realizing it the more I get into the law and understanding it. It's that, I never believed in God or anything like that. I mean, I do believe in afterlife and the fact that we are all connected and that there's more than what our 5 senses can grasp. But yeah, I never truly had any faith in something, that kind of faith that is so adamant. Like my grandma was a believer, very strong believer, and as an unbeliever, it has always been a bit hard to understand how someone can believe in something so adamantly. And now for the first time, getting to know about law, I think that one of the reasons why at first it all seems so weird to me, it's not really a nice word, but you know what I mean, to me, is that I never truly believed in something this way. And now I'm getting proof that there is something to believe in. And it's really amazing for someone who has never had any faith. And the best part is that you're not putting your faith in like something that is outside of you. Is your own faith in yourself and in your power. And it's so empowering, So I don't know if not believing in God makes it easier or harder for people to get into law, because if you believe in God, I assume that considering yourself as God would be a sort of blasphemy, so maybe it's even harder. But for me, not having faith in something has maybe been holding me back a bit. And it's truly wonderful to finally have some faith in something, and that something being me. It's awesome, really.
So I had to share her excitement there because, and bless it, English is not her first language, but I thought considering it's not her first language, she has done really well to um, project how she's been struggling with this whole faith aspect. I mean, maybe a better word that resonates with a lot of us would be trusting in yourself in the process. But of course, if you're following Neville's teachings, then you have to think of yourself as God, because God in the Bible, through Neville's teachings, is, as he calls it, your wonderful human imagination. That's God, and Jesus is the savior, because it's there to save you. It's you. You are saving yourself, your inner man, your inner being, your imagination, your source, universe, whatever you call it, is there to save you from the issue that you are encountering at the moment that you don't wish to experience and see. You want something else, then here it is. You go within your imagination, you experience and you accept something else, and you live in that faith, in that trust. And it's living by faith and not by the limited five senses, which, of course, as she said, is very limited. And it is. It's constantly filtering out stuff. I can share with you, maybe I'll do I'm going to do another video actually in more detail about the reticular activating system, because I don't want to make this too big. I'm going to try and make my videos a little bit more concise and bite-sized, because I think it just makes it a little bit easier to take in this information. I really want you to truly grasp it, to see how simple this can be. Yes, this is why the focus is all on self. This is why you are God or source, whatever name that you want to give it. This is why you are all powerful. You are the creator. You are consciousness constantly expressing itself, therefore creating it. Therefore, everyone else must conform. And it's the state you occupy, the state of mind, the concept of self, that is always being reflected out. And so you have to be consciously aware of what is your concept of self, because that's going to determine what things in your life become invisible and what things become visible. That's your reticular activating system at work. That's why when you decide, I need a new car and I'm going to buy myself a red Volkswagen Beetle, and suddenly everywhere you look, there's red Volkswagen Beetles everywhere. Your reticular activating system has now said, right, this is important to you and we're going to show you more of it. And so there it is. It's not like it just magically appeared out of nowhere. It was always there. But your mind deemed it as unimportant, because your mind can only take in so much information. And that's what's happening all the time. That's what's happening with my clients all the time. And when I'm coaching with them as well, I go through their process with them. I see them grow. I see them receiving more and more movement. I've had it before where I've had clients come to me where they've had amazing movement. Me and SP went on a date. Me and SP have been in touch for the first time in like a couple of years. We've seen each other and we spent a day together. And how easily, how quickly they forget. The reticular activating system pushes it to the back of their mind. It's not important, because they start to fall back into lack. They start to see the 3D is slowing down a bit. They start to think worst case scenarios again for whatever reason. They come to me freaking out and spiraling, and I have to realign them and keep them accountable. And once I do that, it's like, did you forget that you went on a date? Did you forget that SP said all these wonderful things to you? And honestly, they're like, oh yeah, because it's not important to their mind anymore. Your mind is impartial. Whatever you're planting in the garden, it's going to grow. If you're planting weeds, that's what's going to grow. So that's why focus is always on self. All there is self. That's why faith is on yourself. It's not on a God that is an outside deity on a cloud and you're hoping that he hears your prayers. It's you. It's within you. All your prayers are heard. That's why all your manifestations can be realized. But a lot of you don't realize your power. And the first step to receiving and realizing all your manifestations is knowing who you are, waking up and remembering who you are to your true power and potential. It is self, and how truly empowering that is to know it is within yourself, to know that you have control over all of this. You can change it. If you don't like your 3D reality at the moment, it can and it will change. As long as you accept it and can believe in yourself and walk in that faith or that trust in you. not an external source, not something outside of you. It's you all along. So I really hope that this was an inspiring and motivational video for you guys. And I'll be doing more as well to really just keep on seeping it into your mind so that you click. Once this clicks, that's it. You've got this. You manifest absolutely anything you want. Okay, I promise you. Loads of love to you guys. See you in the next video.